Have Arsenal found their next superstar striker in Alexander Isak? We're going to discuss it all. Welcome to the channel with Jay from Jay Ferguson TV. Hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. So, international break, you know how it goes. All of the transfer rumors start knocking around. Who are your club gonna buy? And as always, they love linking Arsenal with absolutely everyone. If it sort of makes sense, 2 plus 2, they think it always equals 4. It's not always the case. But this one is sort of interesting and it seems to be picking up a little bit of steam. Alexander Isak, currently of Newcastle, 24-year-old Swedish international striker, is apparently moved to be the top target now for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal in this summer transfer window coming up. So if we take a sort of deep dive look at Isak's sort of Premier League record, obviously he's been here, this is his second term. He is on 42 appearances, 22 goals and 1 assist. He's normally, every other game, he is bagging a goal. So when you look at his sort of numbers and stats from just a surface level, you're like, yeah, perfect. No brainer. Get him in, good age, 24. He's been in the Prem, he's banging in goals. Naturally, you put him in a more creative team, a more free-flowing team, an overall better team than Newcastle, and he could produce sort of 22 goals and 42 appearances there. What on earth is he going to look like at Arsenal? He'd probably be phenomenal. This is potentially true, but something tells me we're not going to end up with any striker that the fan base wants. And I would challenge the fan base to really think about a player that we all got really excited for, the content creators are making videos for, the fans are in the chat saying, we need to sign this, we need to sign this, we need to sign this, friendship groups, WhatsApp groups, Arsenal need this player, Arsenal needs this player. When has been the last time that Arsenal have actually delivered on a player that the fan base really gets behind? Honestly. Because you know, and obviously there's always going to be exceptions where there'll be 1 or 2 people who say, I know I said we should go and get him. But I'm talking about the masses. So even when you look at, for example, a Declan Rice, a lot of the fan base was like, yeah, quality player, decent player, but I don't know about that price tag. Don't know about that price tag. I don't know about the price tag. We wasn't all flocking to get Declan Rice. Right? I remember when we was linked with Martin Odegaard and he was on loan originally and people were like, I don't know, the fan base, what did the fan base want? The fan base wanted James Maddison. That's what the majority of the fan base was saying. Maddison. Yes, there's probably some exceptions who did say Odegaard, but I'm talking about the masses. The masses wanted Maddison. We got Odegaard, it's proven right. We got Declan Rice, it's been proven right. So clearly, Mikel Arteta has a vision and a sort of thought process of how he sees his Arsenal team. And I don't think that aligns with us as fans of what we see. And ultimately, that's why he earns 8-10 million a year. And we're the fan base making content, right? So the key names we'll be knocking around is obviously Alexander Isak, Victor Osimhen, Ivan Toney, Viktor gyokeres. I would say is probably the 4 that the fan base are starting to potentially get excited about. And something just tells me the sign is going to be completely left field. And it won't be either of those players. I'm just, from Arsenal history and the PTSD, whenever we really get excited about, oh, we're going to get this player, we should get this player, we never don't. We never do. It always ends up being someone completely off the spectrum who no one wasn't really speaking about. So I think looking at the options, Isak, Osimhen, Tony, gyokeres, the four. Don't be surprised if you don't see any of those four strikers playing for Arsenal next season. And we get someone completely left field like a Sesko from RB Leipzig, or some next guy from somewhere who we've got to go and watch highlight reels on YouTube about. So that's my initial thoughts. Even when I see us linked with Alexander Isak. Hell no for me, for Isak, is the injury record. Now, since he's been at Newcastle, right? We've got down as a thigh problem. That was September 20th, 2022, right? Total games missed between Newcastle and Sweden, 16 games. Then this season, groin injury from October 25th, missed 6 Newcastle games. Then he was currently recently out at the back end of January the 30th, games missed 4. So when you sort of tally that all together, he has missed quite a bit of football. Like across 2 seasons at Newcastle, he's missed 26 games of football. And we know what our track record is like with injuries. We would have a Thomas Partey, never injured at Atletico, comes to Arsenal, we forget that he plays for us. Right? We do not do well with injuries. So the fact that this guy keeps on having muscular injuries, thigh injuries, groin injuries, they're the type of injuries what just keep on coming back. You can never get away from them. Do you know what I mean? It's like muscular injuries, and I even know that sort of from experience. Once you sort of have a weakness and a sort of imbalance in a particular area when it comes to muscular, it always breaks down somewhere else. So for him, it went from thigh. Now the area of concern is groin. A majority of that time it's because it's a natural imbalance. You create a safety zone, what they call a gate, of how you move to avoid pain. Your body adjusts to the circumstances and the strain and the pressure what's being put onto it, right? So his injury record since he's been in the Premier League scares me, and I just don't trust that he would stay uninjured if he was to join an Arsenal. So for me, Isak, he's got it all. He could finish, great movement in behind. He's quick, good age, 24. You know, he's got the height. So when you look at it, you're like, yeah, he's ticking all of the boxes. It's just that injury. And to be honest with you, I don't think that's a style of striker that Mikel Arteta particularly wants. I know we're all saying we need a gunman striker, quick goals, goals, goals. I just don't think Mikel Arteta wants that profile of striker. And, you know, you look at it, he came in, right? Aubameyang out to the left. As soon as he came in, didn't play through the middle. The amount of fans were being calling for, we should give Martinelli a go through the middle. Never does it. Right? Brings in Gabriel Jesus, who's not that type of striker. He's a link-up striker / winger. He's not an out-and-out striker. He has, in theory, an out-and-out striker in Eddie Nketiah, but he doesn't trust him. Now, is that just purely because he's not good enough, or is his style of play? Because even Lacazette was banging goals before he came to Arsenal. Once Mikel Arteta got hold of him, he became a link-up workaholic striker. No goals. So I'm just not quite sure that we're going to get the expectation of the striker that we think we want. I just don't think it aligned with Mikel Arteta's thought process. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Who would be your number one target, first and two? Do you think we actually get any of those? Isak, Osman, Tony, gyokeres. Do you think we're going to get any of those? Drop them in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on your way out, and I'll see you all again soon. Peace.